Welcome to another day of Ether Raids. We are taking on a Japanese player here today with our Edelgard team, so you know what that means. We are going to be Gale Forcing. I think this is probably my favorite Gale Force strategy with these combination of units. Kudos to whoever came up with the idea or the technique. I think I saw it first on DTM's channel, but he probably got it from someone else. With the combination of units here, and it is simply fantastic. I thoroughly enjoy this method. Could have decided to go with some type of omni-tank strategy here, but Tina really just makes tanking such a pain because she just... It's so much to think about when Tina's there, man. I'm very happy that not a lot of people have Tina, aside from that one guy that had a plus 10 Tina yesterday, but no more of those, hopefully. But yeah, it would be really annoying here with Tina plus Igring, so yeah, not fun. And then there's also duo Leon there, so we're gonna go ahead and Edelgard this. We're gonna take out the main threats. I was contemplating whether or not I should take out Not as well, but I think I might have to leave her. I don't know how this is going to pan out, but we have to take out Tina on this first turn because we can't leave her alive since she's going to be stealing extra movement, and she has no follow-up, so she'll probably get a kill somewhere. So yeah, I'm just gonna... Well, maybe she might miss the kill, I don't know, but I don't want to risk that gamble with Tina. I feel more confident with risking that with Ike since he won't double anything since he's so slow. That aside, the new banner is out. They hit us with the 1x multiplier, which is basically nothing, just to slow us down from getting the tickets too quickly, which... I mean, why?
Am I needed?
it's not like it matters. We're gonna get the tickets either way. No reason to hit us with the 1. They typically hit us with 1.5 or 1.5, which is okay. I mean, it's not like it matters to me. I got stamina potions out the wazoo. I got so many stamina potions. So yeah, but I mean, it's mean. It's mean, I guess. So I'm gonna get the tickets, and then I'm gonna go pull on the banner and try out the units. I'm really excited for the Veil and really excited for the Ursula. So those are the ones that I'm gonna try and get. That aside, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what to do here because taking out this Igrin is the play since Edelgard will get, well, Summer Edelgard will get stuck on Ike. And I'm not quite sure how that matchup will go just yet, so I'm probably better off taking out Igrin here, since I won't be able to get another swap off with Baby Robin here, since I already used one. So the next one will mean that they will lose. They can't attack afterwards. So taking the skill against Igrin is the best play. And then we're going to go in with Summer Edelgard just to take out the other 2 units and leave Ike by himself.
I'll face it head
okay, alright, that looks good. Hush Spectrum looks like it's coming into play there, and he is not getting his, what's it called? Great Ether. So that's what we wanted to avoid. And I'm going to pop the bonus doubler as well, just to make sure that he attacks Baby Robin. Instead of any of the other 2 units here, who will be in range. And let's get one of the pots just for just to play it safe, because I don't want him dying and not getting any of the pots here. That would be a huge travesty. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Also, I ended up having to change my entire defense just because Peony was getting baited to attack Emblem Ike of all things. She was doing 7 damage. So because of that, I had to change the entire defense because my Peony is unmerged, no dragon flowers, minus attack, and she's getting baited to attack Emblem Ike, who has like 56 res plus whatever else he's getting drives from. So if your dancer is not dancing, then there's no point in having the dancer around.
Right, you are.
And I had to change my entire defense for the... Not that I wasn't going to do it anyway. I was contemplating putting the new units in just because I wasn't happy with what this configuration that I had initially after the first rematch. It kind of left me a little bit unhappy. And then the second one came in, and I was like, oh man, Peony's getting baited, so this isn't going to work. Reason being is Loki's giving the plus 10 damage from exposure, and also she gives the attack buff, so Peony is just, well, pretty much everyone is going to do some amount of damage, so I figured I gotta do something to change it, and that's what I'm gonna, well, that's what I have done, so I'm gonna see how it pans out. Hopefully it's not the worst thing. I don't really like changing my defense midweek because I feel like it's not true to the outcome or to the plan that I had in place, but we'll see how it goes. GG's. Welcome to another day of Ether Raids. We are taking on QXL, and we're going to go ahead and just use our team. I don't want to think too much about this one, so we're going to just throw Ike into the mix and watch him do stuff. It was supposed to rain, but I guess that little drizzle is all we're going to get. But anyways, yeah, I just finished pulling on that the banner. Got everyone except Nurgle, so I don't know, I'm probably going to have a little bit of FOMO there, but I guess it is in the standard pool, so I guess eventually I'll probably pick him up. He seems like the most interesting unit on the banner. That being said, I'm really excited to test out the Ursula, as well as Veil. Although, so far from my testing, Veil hasn't really been able to kill very much. I do have a minus attack Veil, so maybe that's why.
I agree.
I do find that because of the colorless matchups, the damage tends to be a lot less. You do need some type of true damage on these colorless units to try to compete or compare in regards to weapon triangle matchups. So I do believe that a lot of these colorless units benefit from having, let's say, Cultist Strike or Assassin Strike, something just to give them some extra damage. But then at the opposite end, you kind of want to have the, for Veil, an example, you kind of want to have the DR piercing, because so far it's been very difficult to get her to quad. The majority of the time she's hitting twice, but I don't know if, well, I've identified that the majority of the time it's the speed check that she's missing, because she's actually really, really slow. In comparison to like someone like Brave Sorin, who does have middling speed, can actually get pretty high if you invest into it and put some mythics around him. But yeah, Veil just isn't quadding, and it's quite unfortunate because she'd probably get a lot more kills if she was able to quad. But yeah, she's missing kills. That's my problem that I've identified with her so far. Maybe again it's the minus attack thing. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that, but we'll see. And then Ursula has been outstanding so far. Like, oh man, I'm just trying to cook something up for Astra Anima season, so that I can make her the center of attention. But I've really been trying to get in Ursula in there as well, but it just hasn't been working out because Occultist Strike, I only have, again, the one copy, and I haven't been able to get it onto anyone to fodder duplicate it, and I don't want to fodder it just yet, so I'm kind of holding off. But once I'm able to get that duplicated, Ursula is definitely going to be one of my top picks in terms of units to give it to. Kede and Ursula, that being said. And then from there, we'll see how it pans out. She really does miss true damage, that version, the Kadean version. She needs true damage. She does get the dominance effect, but unless there's someone... well, I don't depend on her to be the one to issue out the debuffs. She's just taking advantage of any debuffs that have been issued. But that being said, because she can't pierce DR, and there's no magical special to help her get through DR, she definitely needs some type of true damage. The unfortunate thing is that specials are kind of like getting, what's the word, hampered, kneecapped, minimized because of the Veil's double scowl, or the introduction of more of these types of effects into the game. So unless you're able to, like, let's say, meet a feud check or have some type of special jump of your own, a lot of times you're just not going to be able to hit your own special, which is a big part of having ranged units. I don't see the need to handicap range units in this way because it just makes melee units that much more difficult to kill, unless that is indeed the goal, but I wouldn't necessarily want to see that game state where melee units are just unkillable. And it kind of works both ways because it doesn't only affect melees, range, it also affects melees as well, so no one will be dying, and it just means the offensive team will always have an advantage in terms of just being able to kill, survive things. It's going to be so much harder unless you're running AoEs, and I don't know if I said this before, I'm just not a big fan of AoEs, which leaves true damage and bigger numbers. And I don't like the direction of bigger numbers because I think the units are hitting hard enough as it is. So the idea that we're going to be getting units that are going to be either doing way more damage or just chip damage on top of chip damage, that doesn't excite me.
Good morning.
But we'll see what IS has cooking. This pretty much takes care of this match here, taking out this Bjorn Robin, who I feel got a huge increase or improvement with the arcane tome. Tome breath probably is a better word to use there. We'll see how that one pans out, but that about wraps it up for this match. GG's. See you in the next one. Welcome to another day of Ether Raids. We're taking on Franz here, and we're going to go with Kata, and we're going to basically try to manipulate the units here that are going to be attacking. There's only 2 ranged nukes here, and we have Baby Golvig. We're going to try to shut down the stronger of the 2, who is going to be Shamir, and the only thing that might hamper me is Yoon and her debuffs, because it has gotten in my way before, pretty much earlier this week, as you may have seen. So hopefully that one goes off without a hitch, but because there's only 2 ranged options here and I have a ton of space, I don't have to worry too much in terms of how to combat this team. Occultist Strike on the Shamir is very, very strong. I do recommend it. But also she already does like a bunch of damage, so you probably aren't missing out on anything there. I probably would recommend it for like Winter Bernie or Spring Bernie rather, because Bernie hits pretty hard. Or any other ranged unit that you have that's blue. Blue units typically tend to fall off where it comes to just being able to hit hard. I'm kind of trying to get my Ishtar up to scrap. Ascendant Ishtar, she really just misses out in terms of damage output and being able to kill things, so hopefully they put some type of hopefully they put her on a what's that banner? Well, we haven't gotten any Ascended units in that pool. Holoforms, we haven't gotten any of them in Holoforms yet, so I don't know, she's probably not high on priority there, because I don't think she was one of the ones that came out first. We had Merida and stuff before her, so that's not going to be for a while, but hopefully. I just want to get a Occultist Strike on all my units. It's such a good skill. That and the physical version. But yeah, and it stacks. If you already have true damage, it stacks onto the true damage that you already have, so it's just fantastic. But yeah, anyways, I was finally able to get Nurgle. Haven't done any testing with him yet. Just excited to have been able to get all the units on the banner with his, which was the goal. I ended up spending way too many orbs, but it is what it is. We're just gonna pretend like that didn't happen, and then we're gonna see what the bridal banner has. I do like, based off everything, and especially what has happened with Nurgle, I'm pretty sure that the triangle attack effect is either going to be a dual button or something. I feel like it's going to be just like how they did with Baby Robin. The triangle attack, I can definitely see that being a dual button, because I don't think they have that many more ideas in terms of what to do with these dual buttons. Resonant Blades and Shields, it's kind of like whatever at this point. You got to start adding some new skills. I do like the fact that they've been just introducing so many more effects into the game to just keep things from getting boring. I think would be the best way to put it. And they've slowly been filtering these into like the dual buttons and things like that. And I definitely think Triangle Attack has been out for so long now on Bridal Catcher that it's definitely time for it to be filtered onto something else. Whereas we got Dual Strike so quickly on a couple other units, Hater, and now on this Baby Robin. So I definitely see that happening with Triangle Attack at some point. That aside, what else is going on? Testing. Yes, I was saying, Ursula has done fantastic. She's basically like a side grade to Duo Igrin. The problem is that Igrin will always have access to DR piercing from the melee, physical melee, and physical null follow-up is what I mean, and tempo 4. Whereas Ursula, because she's a cav, she doesn't have DR piercing unless it's from like something outsourced, which is unfortunate because a big part of how Igrin is able to get kills is because of that as well. But then Ursula just does so much damage that she should at least be able to do 1 damage to Ike, which is my concern, that she'll miss kills against Emblem Ike because she can't do 1 damage. But yeah, we'll see how that pans out. Yeah, I wasn't able to do the thing where I wanted to get both Ursulas onto the defense, which kind of sucks. The only other option would have been to run like a Catcher Ball or a Cordelia Ball, but you're not killing anything these days with that type of strategy. Or at least because Kide and Ursula can't pierce DR. Well, neither of them can pierce DR. I'd be short a nuke option, so
Leave it to us.
kind of sucks. But yeah, I was able to fit at least one of them on, so we'll see how it goes. Blue as a pool, as nuke options have definitely seen an uptake and viability again because red is back on the menu.
We'll do our best.
And whenever blue is strong, red is weak, and whenever red is strong, blue tends to pick up like right after. So we're seeing a resurgence of a lot of blue units, which is great. I've always thought that blue units have gotten like the short end of the stick in terms of just being able to kill things. Like most red units kill everything in the game, whereas blue units can typically only kill red units.
Am I needed?
So like there aren't a lot of like blue units that can, let's say, kill a green unit. It's just uncommon.
Yes.
Whereas green units can also kill everything in the game. So I feel like blue has always been underpowered. So yeah, this is good. Let's see where it leads to. And yeah, I'm excited about that at least. Hopefully there'll be some more blue units on the bridal banner. Probably what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? A inheritable blue tome that does the chip damage mechanic just like they got with the red tome. So hopefully something like that for blue units as well, just to even out the playing field. And that would probably give the rearmed Reinhardt some new life because he is lacking in that avenue or that aspect. Yeah, extra damage. Pretty much almost done here. Just need to be able to get the pots. I think I'm going to take out this Edelgard since she's being a little bit of a drama queen here, just trying to block me from getting to the pots. And then we'll leave Dagger and Note for last. Won't be able to get the lockdown on Note again since we already did it last turn.
What shall we do?
Yeah,
I'll
66.
get us there.
Yeah, the trap is free. Alright, so I'm probably going to do that once I get some support, some debuffs, and the Unity should be in effect once I swap here with Baby Robin, and then Baby Robin should be able to get the kill.
I go.
We'll do our best.
Yep, there we go.
As you say.
And this plus the combination of Baby Robin should be enough. So I've picked up Incredibles. I'm watching the second season of Incredibles just to see what happened after Omni-Man left.
I'll protect you.
And to see what happens with his kid, with Mark. It's been a little bit dry in terms of I'm just trying to figure out what to watch. I figure I want to go to something that isn't subbed or in Japanese. Typically I only watch anime subbed, so Just want to hear some English for a while because I've been watching so much anime. So yeah, definitely want to pick up that, and then from there, I don't know. I have no idea what's next afterwards.
Good morning.
Definitely interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting. Astra Anima season, almost through with the defensive build. I just need a couple of tweaks. So I might wait until this season, this dark season is over before I make any adjustments. But yeah, almost done there. And then it's going to be interesting to see what I do with Loki in the following season, because she has been helpful, but also at the same time, I can't run dancers because she's giving the +10 true damage from exposure, and it basically means that your dancer is going to get baited. So running like ranged dancers is just not an option so far. I don't know if they intended for that to happen. They probably didn't, but it's really annoying. So there's that, and then she does very well against Emblem Ike, that being said. For a healer, she hits pretty hard, which is good. More than likely it's the exposure. They should have made exposure stackable. If they had made that stackable, it would have been a far more desirable skill. Everybody would have been running Thoi on pretty much all of their units if it was stackable, because that would mean +10, +20, +30. You could get a lot of damage out of that. +30 true damage. That would be a good way to make sure that you're able to kill everything. But as it is right now, you don't need Thoi in more than one unit. But that is all for today. We have closed out yet another match. The week has been moving pretty straightforward so far.